Today, we will be solving logarithmic and exponential functions. This is TEKS from Algebra 2, 5D. So first, we're going to start with some basic rules, okay? We're going to solve exponential equations by expressing each side as the power of the same base. Well, what does that mean? That means I want the bases to be the same. And if I can make the bases the same, then the exponents are equal to each other. I would set the exponents equal to each other and solve. So let's take a look at this first example. I have a base of 2 and a base of 4. I want them to have the same base. So how can I make that 4 turn into a base of 2? Well, 2 squared is equal to 4. So 2 squared was equal to 4. But I also have to still go put that x minus 3 that was already there. Bring down your left side. Now that you've done this, now the bases are equal to each other. So again, if the bases are equal to each other, then the exponents are equal to each other. You're going to set the exponents equal to each other and solve using algebraic methods. Go ahead and distribute. Now, it's your choice what to move over first. I tend to pick the smaller x value to move over. And why do I pick that number? So I don't have to deal with any negative x's. So I'm going to move the negative. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And I get 4 equals x minus 3. And now I can add 3 to both sides. And when I add 3 to both sides, I get the answer of x equals 7. Okay, so let's try that again. So now we get into a 64 and a 4. How can I make a 64 and a 4 have the same base? Well, 4 cubed is equal to 64. So I'm going to convert the 64 into 4 cubed. Now I bring down that x plus 2 on the left. And my right side is still x minus 4. Now remember, if the bases are the same, then the exponents are equal to each other. Okay. We're going to distribute. We're going to have 3x plus 6 equals x minus 4. Subtract x from both sides. Again, I like to pick the smaller x value. That will prevent me of dealing with any negatives. And I can also move the 6 to the other side now. Minus 6 minus 6. I have 2x equals negative 10. Divide by 2 on both sides. And I get x equals negative 5. So go ahead and pause this video here, and I want you to try the practice question on your own. Okay, go ahead and check your work here. So I had 3 squared was equal to 9, and this made my bases the same. Once my bases were the same, I went ahead and set my exponents equal to each other. I distributed, and by the time I solved, I got to negative 5 over 2 equals x. So now we're going to solve exponential equations. So first we want to get that exponential expression by itself. Well, what qualifies as an exponential expression? Whatever has the exponent on it, that's what I want to get by itself first. Well, how can I do that? Well, first I'm going to look if I have a d value. And if I have a d value, I'm going to add or subtract on both sides, whatever the inverse operation is. Okay. Now I look if I have an a value. And if I have an a value, I either multiply or divide. Right now it's 3 times, so I'm going to divide by 3. Remember, I want this to divide to 1, and I'm left with 2 to the x equals 7. So if I want to get rid of that exponent, if I want to bring that exponent down, I can take the logarithm of both sides. Now pay attention here. In order to eliminate that base 2, I need to take the log base 2 of both sides. And if I take the log base 2 of 2x and the log base 2 of 7, Well, log base 2 of 2 is 1, and using power property, basically, all I'm left with is x. So x is equal to the log base 2 of 7. And that's going to be my final answer because I can't take that any further, okay? So let's try the second one. I want to get that exponential expression by itself. First rule is to move d. Well, there's no d over here. Next is I'm going to divide by this a value. So I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides. I have 3 raised to the x plus 4 is equal to 5. Now I want to take the logarithm of both sides. Well, I have a base 3 here. So the way to get rid of this base 3 is to take the log base 3 of both sides. So if I take the log base 3 of 3x plus 4, and I take the log base 3 of 5, okay, these logs are actually a value of 1. And using the power property, I'm left with x plus 4 equals log base 3 of 5. Well, now, how do I move that 4 to the other side? I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So that 4 is outside of my log. That 4 is not part of the log. So when I write this answer, x equals log base 3 of 5 and then minus 4. And this is your final answer, okay? Go ahead and pause this video here and try the practice question on your own. Okay, go ahead and check that work here. Just make sure this 1/2 here. So I subtracted the 2 first, and then now to move the a, I had to multiply by the reciprocal. So I got 5 to the x equals 14. Now, how do I bring this exponent down? I take the log base 5 of both sides, and I'm left with x equals log base 5 of 14. Okay. Well, now we want to solve logarithmic equations, same exact concepts. On this one, though, the opposite of a log is to take the exponent. Okay, so if I'm going to solve a log, I'm going to turn it into an exponent. So first is to add or subtract a d value if I have it. Number 1 does not have a d value. I don't have an a value. Next, I need to, how do I get rid of a log base 4? So these ones are a little bit easier to write and show work. To get rid of a log base 4, I can actually raise it with the 4 base on both sides, because 4 raised to the log 4. So I'm going to highlight that for you. 4 raised to the log 4 becomes a 1, but 1 times 3x minus 4 does nothing. So I can actually, I'm just going to cross this off. And I'm left with 3x minus 4 equals 4 to the second power equals 16. Now this one's actually going to have an answer, so I'm actually going to continue working it out until I get the x by itself. Add 4 to both sides. And it had an answer because I didn't have an x on both sides. If I had an x on this side, it actually wouldn't have an answer. Now divide by 3, and I get x equals 20 over 3. And I cannot reduce that anymore. I don't want the decimal answer. 20 over 3 is the exact answer, okay? Example number 2, first I'm going to subtract the d from both sides, so minus 5 from both sides. And I get 3 natural log of x equals 32. Divide by 3 on both sides. Okay, the natural log of x. Well, I can't reduce that, and I really don't like this fraction, but it's what I have. Now, if I want to get rid of this natural log, what base can I make it to get rid of a natural log? A natural log, I need to raise it with a base of e. Now, e to the natural log, because they're inverses of each other, it's no longer there. It basically becomes like a 1. And I'm left with 1x equals e to the 32. Sorry, it's a 32 over 3 power. I know, I wish that was a prettier number, but it's okay. Now, I did have to change your last question. I apologize about that. If you guys would go ahead and try this practice question on your own. Okay. Check how you did. This wasn't too bad. I ended up with 5 squared. Remember, to get rid of that log base 5, I put a 5 as the base. Okay, so I used the 5 and made this an exponent. Now, I ended up with 25 over 6 as the answer. Okay, we are almost done. Okay, so for the word problems, we first have to put the numbers in their correct spot. So let's read this word problem. It says a company is testing an antibacterial product to reduce the number of bacteria on surface. Okay, this is the equation we're going to use, and it shows how fast the antibacterial soap works at killing the bacteria. If the bacteria starts with a colony of 7,000, how many minutes will elapse before there be half the spores remaining? So we're going to plug in some numbers that we need into this equation. You ready? So the number remaining goes to S. I want half of the 7,000. So 7,000 divided by 2 tells me that I only want 3,500 remaining. So I'm going to plug in 3,500 is equal to, A is the initial amount of spores. Okay, so I'm going to plug in 7,000 times 1 minus E raised to the negative 0.14 minutes. So my goal now is to get that M value by itself. So we're going to do a lot of steps. So I want to get the M by itself. So first I'm going to divide by 7,000 on both sides. Okay, I divide by 7,000. Now, I'm going to use a calculator for every step of this, okay? But to show my work, that now becomes 1/2 is equal to 1 minus E raised to the negative 0.14 m power. So I want to move the 1 to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. 1/2 minus 1 is now negative 1/2 equals negative E raised to the negative 0.14 m power. I don't want a negative E. So right now it's a negative 1E. I need to divide both sides by negative 1. So now I have a positive 1/2 is equal to, we're almost done now, okay? It's equal to E raised to the negative 14 m power. How do I get rid of a base E? I can take the natural log of both sides. So the natural log of both sides, okay, now with the natural log of both sides, guys, the natural log of E is just 1. So I now have the natural log of 1/2, and I'm going to use a calculator, but I have the natural log of 1/2 is equal to negative 0.14 m. Now, how do I move that negative 0.14? I divide. Now, I do want the decimal answer to predict how many minutes. So using a calculator, I'm going to plug this in. And when I plug it in, my exact answer is actually 4.95 minutes. And since this is approximate, this is the correct answer, or we can round to approximately 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, half the bacteria is gone, okay? So one more problem and we'll call it a day. This one should be a little bit quicker. So this exponential growth model describes the population of a city in the United States in thousands years after 1990. Use this model to solve the following. In what year should the population reach 50,000 people? So we're going to plug in that 50 to A. Now, because we're talking about thousands of people, I just have to write a 50. So the first step is going to be to divide by 30 on both sides. When I divide by 30, I get 5 over 3 is equal to the E raised to that exponent. Now, in order to get rid of that E, I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. Now, why did I choose natural log? Because the natural log of E becomes 1. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this problem. Now, to get that T by itself, guess what? Last step is to divide. Now, I'm going to stick this whole thing in the calculator just like this because I don't want a rounded answer, okay? So I didn't want to take that natural log of 5/3. So now when I put this in my calculator, I get the number of years as being 80. So in 25.8 years, okay? But I wanted to know specifically what year is that. So the initial date is 1990 in 25 years, okay? In 2015, it was predicted that this population would be at 50,000 people. Hopefully this video helped you practice solving, and if you have any questions, leave me a message. Have a great day.